My name is Gabriella Ramos,
Okay.
and I am here today in support of the Wage Theft Prevention Act, and I have been working in the restaurant business for almost all my life. I started working as a dishwasher when I was younger. As the time went on, I continued to learn more about the hospitality field and grew to love to work. I raised my kids while I working in the restaurant business. As a single parent, I made a lot of sacrifice for my children. I often work in long hours, sometimes working 2 jobs at once to provide for my family. Throughout my time working in the restaurants, there are times when I was working overtime and never got paid for overtime hours. Most recently, this occurred when I was working at the restaurant in Washington, D.C. near Thomas Circle. I also working in the small restaurant in 19th Street, which is open only for lunch, and I've been working also part-time. And I have an emergency to go to see my daughter in Las Vegas. She has an accident, and I asked to leave. When I went back to work, he said to me that I don't have my job, and he wouldn't pay me my week that I worked before I left. At this particular restaurant, I often working also over 40 hours a week and then not get paid for the overtime hours. When I asked my employer why it's not receiving overtime, they told me it was a company policy. A couple of times I complained about not getting overtime pay that I was owning. The owner told me, you didn't like it, you can leave. At that time, I didn't know that it was possible to file a claim to receive my overtime wage that I was owning after staying for some time. I was so upset that I quit. It was upsetting that I was working all those extra hours and not getting paid for them. To this day, I have not received the overtime wage owing to me. This was money that I was expecting but did not receive. It is upsetting that you work all these hours and don't get paid for them. Additionally, I often see my coworkers being taken advantage of, and most of them are people who don't speak English. Sometimes they have hours taken out from their paychecks. Sometimes they are simply paid less than others doing the same job. I try to help by approaching the manager, but I've been told I shouldn't get involved. However, we all depend on the money that we make and should be paid for our work. Therefore, I will be so happy if you pass this law to protect all workers, and it's not good that employers taking advantage of their employees. There need to be greater rights for work, experience any form of wage theft in their job. There also needs to be protection from retaliation for workers. It is about time that workers are protected, so I believe we should pass this law immediately. Thank you very much.